an ambition to fulfill my dream. What have you done to me? I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. I'll never be the same, I'll tell you for sure. Really, I want ecstasy. The real life fantasy, oh yeah. Really, I want ecstasy. The real life fantasy, oh yeah. got all this love waiting just for you. I just gotta know that your love is true. Can't keep running, boy, in and out my life. Wanna be your girl now, 'cause the mood is right. To go inside, to tomorrow, will you come? Will you be there for me when I need someone to hold? Baby, don't misunderstand. I don't want you for my man. I just need a little time before I pass my love. Don't walk away, don't walk away. I won't hurt, no, no. Don't walk away, don't walk away. I'll be right there for you. Got all this love waiting just for you. I just gotta know that your love is true. Can't keep running, boy, in and out my life. Wanna be your girl now, 'cause the mood is right. To go inside, to tomorrow, will you hide? Will you be there for me when I need someone to hold? Baby, don't misunderstand. I don't want you for my man. I just need a little time before I pass my love. Don't walk away, don't walk away. I won't hurt, no, no. Don't walk away, don't walk away. I'll be right there for you.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Ja.
Radiant team ban.
All right, hello and welcome everyone to week 3 of the Bluez Cup. Coming towards the end of the action, these are groups A and B, I think, or just A, who still need to all play each other in a round robin as it goes. And anyway, I'm very happy to welcome back the charming, the dazzling, and the amazing 2G1P.
Oh,
how you doing, Andre?
Oh, what an introduction! I feel so special right now.
You are, dude. You are.
Yeah, it's lucky to be back, lucky to be casting again. And yeah, excited to I followed a little bit of the games. I was in the middle of nowhere, and I had very bad internet, but I at least got to follow some of the results and hear some of the comments on some of the games, and it looked like it was quite a couple of exciting games while I was gone.
Yeah, there's been some strong performances from a few teams. They're closing in towards the main event now, so a lot of these teams will be going home. It's only 8 to go through. I'm not sure the exact format of how it works, but I must say I've missed you having you at my side here, dude. It's just been talking to myself, and it gets very, very lonely sometimes.
Oh, shame.
Besides that, tonight we got Evolution Esports taking on Volvo Pressure. Evolution obviously being the home team here. They're the guys who are hosting the tournament, so probably got quite a few fans who should hopefully be watching this. Volvo Pressure, on the other hand, I actually don't know how these groups are looking. Probably should check that out, because this is very important.
We'll give that a check out, maybe in between games. Yeah, so I'm liking this Tusk pick off the bat. It's quite a lacquer hero. Quite a lot of early game action to be done. A lot of mid ganks. See a lot of mid ganks out of this game, and yeah, already like what I'm seeing.
Radiant team pick.
There we go. Yeah. Standard stuff.
Oh, the classic meme combo, Bane and Miran.
Can't go wrong there, dude. If you're missing those arrows, then you...
No, never miss an arrow. Just pick Bane.
Yeah, dude. Either you miss them, you're either drunk or just playing the wrong hero. I guess you're really getting that wrong. Anyway, this new patch, for me, from what I've seen so far, I really think it's favoring strength heroes at the moment.
Favoring strength? No, they nerfed strength. With the last one, with the 13B.
You think so? I don't know. I mean,
they've reduced strength heroes' movement speed by 5, all strength heroes, and then they also reduced their base armor by 1.
Yeah, but it's just the magic resistance that they get so early on.
Yeah, that was a previous patch, the patch before the last one. So
what do they change now?
Yeah, so they probably realized that the strength heroes.
No, they had status resistance. They're not.
They had status resistance, and then they gave them magic resistance, and I think that was a little bit much. They gave them a bit too much. So now they've nerfed, and they've reduced their movement speed and reduced their armor. All strength. Well, there's a couple of strength heroes that didn't lose armor, but most others, one armor. So they have got a little bit of a nerf.
Hopefully it shouldn't impact too much on the game. Lich just good pick. I don't think we see him enough anymore. He used to be the heat a few patches ago.
Oh, jeez. He's still really just secures your laning phase for you. You get so much more XP in the lane, deny XP from the enemy, and he's just a really good lane support to have on your team.
When you see a Lich, must you know that you want to put a single solo laner in that lane?
Radiant team ban.
I think you don't worry too much about it. You just accept that your lanes are going to be a little bit weaker, and you try and stack and pull a bit more, try and equalize, denying some XP to the enemy again. But I don't think you that far in just sticking a single person in that lane, because he's going to be roaming. He'll just roam to the next lane. He'll just go to the tri lane, or he'll do it with the mid, and you can't about that. So I think you just try and equalize it by doing a lot more stacking and pulling.
Radiant team pick.
Tide Hunter.
Well, just checking at the group very quickly. So this is Group A. Evolution is currently sitting second on the log. Volvo Pressure at the very bottom. So, I guess Volvo Pressure, they're going to be knocked out either way after this game. So perhaps they can just hope to maybe upset Evolution's chances.
Yeah,
Evolution currently sitting behind F5 Gaming, who are at the top 1-2. Played 2, 1-2, and Evolution have played 2 and 1-1. So they need to win this one to go top of the log and hope F5 lose their next game.
Yeah, Yeah, so this 3-game format you can change it very quickly. So yeah, I think Volvo Pressure at this stage just maybe want to win a game. It's good for morale. It's good for the team, just showing that they can go toe to toe with some of these teams. So I wouldn't expect them to have a mentality of giving up. No, they're already not going to make it through type of thing. I think they can play their hearts out, show us what they're made of, and then like you said, maybe disrupt Evolution.
Stick around and hope for the best here. Not familiar with a few of these players. I know Gevorst. I think he used to play for did I play for Ventus back in the day when Ventus was still an organization?
Dire team pick.
Ventus. Yeah, I think so. I think he played for. I think it was Ventus White something when they were in first.
Yes, that's it. Well, those are all gone. Anyway, welcome to our viewers who are watching through the stream, through the YouTube clients. Hello to you guys. You can also watch it through there. Just go into Nibble TV on YouTube. Do have some content in between the games. Keep people entertained. I like this Razor pickup already.
Yeah, the Razor pickup. I always love to see Razor in games. He's such a good laner and he's such a good carry. Did really struggle as an offlaner, especially if you have something like the Magnus that Evolution has. Really struggle to lane against him because you have no damage. He's constantly racing you out of lane. He's so quick. So I really like the Razor pick. Most situations.
Radiant team
the pack could be tricky here. There is quite a lot of lockdown on the side of Volvo Pressure, but I guess not too heavy. The only thing you really got to be worried about is the Bane. Most likely, that's the most guaranteed stun, pick. And the Ravage.
Yeah. Puck is always a good pick. It's weird that they picked up the Puck and the Magnus. Oh, they'll probably stick the Puck mid. The Magnus mid like the good old days, but it's weird to me that they it's that pick that they probably just wanted the Puck and just
5 seconds remaining
banned. But it's a good pick. You can dodge the Ravage, you can dodge the arrow. Yes, the Bane gets you a little bit, but then they have to commit Bane to the Puck. And then if you can get a Lincolns or something like that, then they're pretty.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good pick if you can get into that Tide Hunter, silence him before he gets a big Ravage off.
Faceless Void.
The Marana or the Bane, even if you just get a good silence off, you could really swing things in favor. And especially with the Void pick, you could set yourself up for a really good chrono. When they engage, just silence as the Puck, and then get your positioning right, and the Void can come in and get a chrono. Then the Void also has a little bit more time for the chrono.
I do like the draft here with the 3 cores. Very open. Like all those heroes could go into any lane pretty much. I mean, Void could even go mid if need be. So who would they ideally want to lane against the Razor? The Puck?
Against the Razor, they'll probably send the Magnus there because the Magnus can still last hit with Shockwave. So they'll probably stick him in the off lane. He's going to have a bad time. He's going to be harassed quite a lot. But, I mean, he's the only hero that can really take it. The Void, you really want that farm and you need farm on him. So you don't want to stick him against the Razor. He's just going to have a bad time. So you want the Void against the Tide. He does okay. The Tide can't really harass him that much. Damage off. Then you'll stick the Puck mid against whoever Volvo.
Okay, last pick coming up for VP. VP, that's quite cool. Call them VP, dude. Volvo Pressure. What do they need? Do they just need some? Just damage. Well, I got the Razor for damage, but
at this stage, yeah, they have the damage down. I would like to see something that can farm a bit more. The Razor doesn't need that much farm, so they can get away with something like an Invoke or something. Yeah, I didn't see if it was banned or not. Oh, it looks like they're going to stick the Razor mid.
Very cool, yeah. Lifesteal going to be the last pick up here. Fairly good as long as he gets that, until he gets chronoed and RP'd. There's a lot of stuff that pierces spell immunity on Tide of Evolution, so I don't know if the Lifesteal is the good pick.
Yeah, and they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle against that Void with the Magnus buff on him. They're going to really struggle. I think they needed something a little bit more space between them and the fight. So something like a Voker, maybe even a Queen of Pain that can go around the back or something like that. But let's see how that maybe they're just more comfortable with the Lifestealer. That's why they're picking it. They had this draft in mind from the beginning. Stick the Razor mid. Maybe pretend that he's going to be their course, then end up sticking him mid. It might work out for them because the pack doesn't do too well against the Razor. Let's see.
But game 1 here coming, Evolution versus Volvo Pressure. Week 3 of the Bluez Cup. And we're about to get underway. Very cool Razor set though. I haven't seen that one before. Yeah, that's quite sick. He's got some very cool stuff, man. But they pause my camera. Oh, I'm fine. Very cool. Okay, let's go. Game 1 underway here. Playing from the green side is going to be Evolution Esports. The Radiant. Second on the log at the moment. They need to secure this win against VP to make sure that they have a chance to go through to the next round. The VP going to be playing from the dire side of the top right of the map. Mid Razor versus mid Puck. Very cool, very cool. Any? You think it's favored in any one way?
I think it's favored towards the Razor a little bit, definitely.
But just because he better lasted, better he could just drain the damage off.
Yeah.
You know, Puck has to commit the illusory orb to break the link.
Yes, and Puck in the early game struggles a little bit with mana. So, and he's not going to have enough. If the Razor just plays it a little bit smart, he's not going to. The Puck's not going to have enough damage to get him low enough for the Razor to feel threatened. So, because he just doesn't have the mana to cast that many spells. In the early game, the Razor's just going to abuse him with static link and get all the last hits, get his farm up, and then once he's ahead, it's really difficult for the Puck to catch up because he can't last hit. He's constantly under threat because the Razor, once the Razor gets a couple of levels into unstable current, he is a little bit too quick for the Puck, and the moment the Puck steps up, he's just going to walk onto the Puck's high ground, static link him, get a couple of shots off, maybe get a plasma field off as well. And the other problem is, if you try and dodge the plasma field with the Puck, the Razor just catches up to you and hits you a couple more times, and you actually end up taking more damage than not dodging the plasma field.
Runes been taken. Bounty runes are pretty much standard laning procedure from the beginning. From the get-go, mid lane Krem going to be taking on E2. Let's see. But always a fun place on the map to watch, fun part of the game.
Yeah, and the creeps
highly contested in pubs. Everyone wants to play mid. That's aggro pull there by Puck, bringing his wave, bringing his opposition's wave up onto his high ground.
Yeah.
Bottom, they're gonna try, go on this tide. But Pavor's already taken the point and sacrifice, so there's gonna be no nuke from the Lich. Arrow gonna connect. Some right clicks back. Kraken Shell on Tide level 1, interestingly enough. I think if he had the Anchor Smash there, he might have got the kill.
Yeah, or even the Gush. The Gush,
even the Gush, yeah.
Got the kill there.
Usually you want to be skilling that, I mean, Tusk can pretty much, Titans can pretty much survive without the Kraken Shell to level 2.
Yeah,
so
and the Kraken Shell doesn't add enough for like level 1 because his HP is not high enough for the Kraken Shell to have enough of an effect.
Top lane actually, Magnus a level ahead of the Lifestealer. So holding his own, yeah, as I said, I thought they would have put the Razor against the Mag. There we go. Gonna lasso him up. Silence not gonna stop that, my man. Cream taking a lot of damage from Razor. Okay, but now they've taken this combo with the Bane and the Mirana, but they're not actually using it.
Yeah, it's very odd. It's very odd. I think the Mirana just wants to secure this lane for the Tide Hunter, so it's not bad. But all that time, the Magnus is just getting free from in the top lane, and that's really scary because the Magnus is a very big part of their lineup. Magnus can get some good damage off and fight, and then buff up the Void. Then it's going to be a real problem.
Wanna watch where the first blood coming from? Bottom lane, someone you know, Mirana dropping quite low, missed, getting the right fix. Arrow gonna come and whack Void, but the first blood gonna go to the Lich as they try to get the second kill onto Tide Hunter now. He's gonna be charged up and trapped. Nice rotation. Mist gonna have to salve to keep himself alive. Doesn't switch aggro, but not too concerned. Pretty happy there. Mid lane was also close to one of them dying. Oh, they got it.
Dire's
We got Puck getting the kill.
Before my time.
Oh, but the
Sorry,
tower
actually,
gonna
I only
get
died
lost
as
back
well.
on the puck.
Oh yeah, that tower, man. MVP right there. Once again, bottom lane, they're gonna go into Alakafam. Alakafam? Being very aggressive though. Khavore's taking a lot of aggro. Gonna be arrowed as well. Beautifully played by Marana. They're gonna get the kill on the Lich. Nicely done. That was very, very sweet. So a lot of action all across the map. Top lane, just, I think, yeah, Magnus keeping his own against this light here, especially with farm as well.
Yeah, this is really scary. Them that they really need to get this Magnus under control. If he gets a quick blink, then they're gonna really start struggling in these team fights.
Mid looks like might be rotation from Bane. He's got an arcane rune. Tricky though. They gotta get the link before their nightmare. That's how it works. As it breaks it. But Pack not
I
gonna
think you
fall
have a
for that.
split. You have a split second.
Just gonna nightmare anyway to stop it. No, you can't get that. Just gonna nightmare. Just to create some space, you know, for the Eraser. E2 really going for this. If he takes a bit more, he might. And all the spells on cooldown from Puck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna sell that. But no, they're literally all gonna stop that. That sucks. That feels bad, man.
Yeah, that feels really bad for him.
This is a region top though, so they shouldn't worry too much. Artsy fartsy. Playing the Tusky.
Oh,
Getting
Razor
harassed
might
by
be in
Ra.
a lot of trouble here. No,
Oh.
he can actually slip this in the middle lane.
Nice take of the damage, and he's gonna get the kill. Well played by
Wrap
E2.
your ass.
He popped the one there, yeah,
that-
stick.
Yeah, see, that's what's so dangerous about the Razor is, from the Puck side, in these very early minutes, you just don't have enough damage to kill him, and you can't really commit because that static link just causes that you have no follow up after that. If your spells don't kill him, you're not gonna kill him. You can't do stuff like dive towers like he just did.
Kill him outright, yeah. Right click's not gonna do because he's just not gonna have any. Top lane, still the same. Well, the Void, they're actually doing really well in this tri-lane bottom. I think it's going very much favorably for Evolution at the moment. This Void, a lot of free farm. There's someone saying, oh, the arrow can so this could be quite big. He does have the time now, so he needs to get off. He's stunned forever. They're going to bring him down as he's in cast animation. Nice nightmare from the Bane, gonna hold the tusk in place. Meanwhile, with mid
Dire's
lane,
middle
Puck
tower is
getting
under
there, he
attack.
gets the solo kill. Commits the Dream Coil. So yeah, just magically burst. So you couldn't have right clicked. He was missing 120 damage. So he must have got the burst.
Yeah, that's just the case of the Razor not flying himself
Nothing
out
for
some region in the early game. He stays low, then the Puck will have enough burst damage to get him down.
Radiant are scanning.
So then you just can't. But if you fly yourself just a little bit of region, because I mean there's a lot of dead time for the first couple of minutes.
Scan actually successful, and it's gonna find Marana, but she's got a lot of leap charges, and Puck just used the orb, no Dream Call either. So someone you know are gonna be okay. Walk
Dire's
himself
top tower
backwards.
is under attack.
They really need to sort this Magnus out. He's basically the same.
They really do, yeah.
Player last hits with the Lifestealer.
Yeah. They're leaving him for way too long right now, and they were forced to commit their tri-lane here in the bot lane.
Dire's
Yep,
middle
bottom.
tower
Once
is
again,
under
just trying to go
attack.
into action. Arrow coming in, finds Tusk. These arrows have been really good so far, and it looks like they might be able to burst down Tusk because Void is going to be slept up. He does get the snowball off. Artsy Fartsy trying to save himself some life. Solved, but not going to happen. Brain Sap in the way to stop it. Alpha-Force Tippins gets the nuke down into Titan. They're bringing him down low. And Bang going to get the double kill. Kills of Khavore's. This nice. These arrows have been good, and also these nightmare decisions from Bane, just buying the space and the time needed to get those single tickets before the rest of the team can come in.
Razor's in big trouble right now.
Once again, dead. Tyrants are TPing in. He's only level 3 against a level 7 Puck, but yeah, that anchor smash does hurt quite a lot. Wow, look at that, almost half of Bane's HP.
They're
orb.
overreacting a lot to pressure onto their lanes. Their core should learn to just hang back a bit and not be so aggressive. Fly yourself out some more regen, because they're committing. They're over-committing very much to lanes, and it's costing us a lot of XP. See that the Marana is now level 3, Bane's level 4.
Tide is actually going to be might be solo killed here. No, but there's no chrono yet. That's wrong. That shouldn't happen. That's the whole reason you take the Tide Hunter, just to sustain itself through the lane. But because of the tri lane, that didn't work. I mean, as soon as that tri lane, I can't say. I think, okay, probably Evolution's tri lane came out on top there in that bottom lane, and that should have been a result of VP should have just rotated their supports. And look, they also they're gonna try go here with the chrono in the back line. Problem is gonna catch him to 2. Nicely done. Bro, gonna buy his Lich some time. He will turn around and probably get himself the Frost Blast. Gonna kill off the Tide Hunter. Mirana Starfall, not enough to keep it alive. Vorce breaking the vision through the trees. There's gonna be a leap forward and a right click and a bash as well. And just gets himself a double kill, baby. Sorry, solo kill. Single kill. The Lich got the other one. Because this tri lane didn't work for VP, and they just kept their supports there. Now Tide Hunter's so far behind. I mean, he's got brown boots at least, but level wise he's suffering.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how they decide to catch up with this top lane of those. I mean, if you look at the Tide is level 4, Magnus level 7 already.
These errors, hey? Yes, this Mirana doing the point, but lovely snowball from Artie. Farty goes right past the enemy into the creep wave. To save himself, turns out, get a shot, bring down Mirana. Well played here from Evolution. No, but there's another Frost Blast, and looks like Mist will probably commit for this bash anytime soon. Doesn't need it. Don't sap, not gonna be soft. There's the bash. Holding up the Tide, and the Magnus making the rotation in, and the RP, but the track and shell gonna instantly purge it off. But he's really low. Mist gets himself a triple. Oh wow, he got all 3 of those.
Yeah, that's very nice for him. That means he's gonna have his Battle Fury pretty early on.
Ooh, Puck actually might die here. Yeah, gonna be killed. Eye of the Storm, what a spell. But now the Lifesteal Lucius, he's got some free farm top, fast approaching that armlet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they stack up this Lifestealer against that Void.
And maybe this Lifestealer has to go. I would have gone Radiance this game or something, because you know the Razor's got to do the right click. I don't know what the Lifestealer's purpose in this lineup is.
Yeah, I'm
Radiant's
also not
top tower is
why
under
they picked the
attack.
Lifestealer. Like I said, I think it was just a comfort pick.
Oh, B2, lucky found. Nice Nightmare though, onto Lich, holding him down. The Puck gonna go for Illusion Orb, gets him there. He does have Dream Call, finds into 2. They nuke down the Razor with the rotation from Magnus. Now, Lufak, he's trying to hold himself together. But Evolution just really racking up here. Thailand's are gonna cancel that TP, because I mean, what's he gonna do? He's level 4. He can't Ravage. There's no point coming in for that.
Radiant's top tower
Very
is
young
under attack.
pickups here.
That's where it's really starting to that they Tide is not level 6. If the Tide's to TP in there with a Ravage, that fight drastically.
Very unlucky shards there from Artsy. Mirana didn't have any more leap charges, so if he got that, she would have been dead. Puck got the blink dagger flying out to him now. It is a blink, yes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bot lane, oh, beautiful Lich ulti coming.
Nicely, look at that bounces. Akafam, is he gonna survive? He is on barely any HP.
Dire's
Chain
middle
Frost,
tower is
unlucky
under
bounces.
attack.
RNG not on your side today, for most. Artifati, though, they do finally get that Mirana. Diving the tower. Jesus, action going around. E2 makes rotation bottom, gets himself the Lich.
Yeah, the Lich just stuck
Dire's
around.
middle tower is under
No
attack.
reason for like around there. And they were obviously busy backing.
That's Alice. Lifesteal farm. He's got armlet now, going for the Echo Saber.
Dire's
I guess he's
middle
just gonna try
tower
right
is under
click.
attack.
Yeah, he's
long as-
he's
yeah.
gonna try and find pickoffs. I mean, can't really do much in a team fight because
Presumably a pity.
Gold
Well, in
is a
team fight.
great conductor.
I think he's just gonna run outright click.
I guess it's long. I mean, my only issue is he needs to survive the chrono. There's a lot that can be dropped into the chrono at this point in time.
Yeah, that's his biggest problem, and there's a lot of setup for the crow as well with the Puck, Magnus, with the Tusk. There's a lot of setup for the crow, and then once that Lich ulti drops in the crow, and you have a follow-up Puck ulti onto the crow, you struggle to stay alive.
From the Tusk. Top lane. To show off that new Walrus Punch. What about timing? I don't think, I think it's hard to kill this Lifestealer with just the 2 of them, and this Magnus is really hard.
A little bit more. They
There we go. Snowball, but yeah, rage. And the shards miss as well. So it's actually a bit of a problem for Tusk now. Yeah, just turn and burn, baby. There's the arrow going to connect to the back. Taking tower down. But somebody, you know, linking forward. They're going to try to get the kill. Lift jump once again. Ramos keeping his team alive, making the space. RP committed. Now Lifesteal in a lot of trouble. He's got armored, but his toggling is not going to be enough to get to that. And that's a double kill for Evolution. Well played there by the Lich. Tusk even surviving that.
Yeah, that was really well played by the Lich there. Perfect opportunity.
Puck committing Dream Coil onto his aim, but not finding the kill. They're going to get it now, though.
Dire's
Yeah,
top
there
tower
we go.
is
Bottom
under
lane.
attack.
Sorry, I was just looking down there because a bit of a push. There is Ravage now on Tidehunter, but I mean, you should just go farm jungle, man. You know, don't really. What does he need to? Even?
Yeah, he has the 3
structures
levels in
are
Anchor Smash.
fortified.
He can really start stacking, farming, trying to catch up in any way he can because. And I mean, the Magnus level 10. Level 6, even the Tusk is closer to level 7 than the Tide is, so he's really far behind.
Actually, yeah. So Lifesteal are going to change up his mind. Instead of going Echo, going straight into Desolator, which might actually be better. Just bursting through heroes a bit quicker.
Yeah, I'm pushing towers as well.
Maybe he should go Son of Doom building. If he goes for the Deso, he should get like an orchid. He needs something to, you know, just stop the enemy. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Damage. Yeah, just dead. And he doesn't even have the Deso yet, man. That was just a Blightstone. Final Blightstone, bottom E2, you're gonna be killed again. Missed on a mega kill streak. I think he got that with the cleave damage. From the Magnus, he just right clicked and managed to. That's cheeky, man. That's very cheeky. Because look, there's no real kind of initiation. Looks like I want to commit it. Ravage going to be there, 504, but I don't know if this is the fight that Evolution won't take. The arrow might actually help out of it, locking Void down, but they already nuked down the Tidehunter, and Evolution able to secure their Vanguard so Void doesn't get too much damage on him. Not looking too good at the moment
Radiant's
for
top
Volvo
tower
pressure.
is under attack.
Lifesteal though, he is free
Dire's
farming
bottom
technically. He's
tower
actually top of the
is
net
under
worth,
attack.
so it's just will he be able to maintain that?
Yeah, and the problem is, yes, he's top of the net worth, but it's not the right pick, so it's not going to matter too much. He's not far enough ahead of the Void matter. So
Dire's bottom tower
I
is under attack.
don't think he'll be able to salvage this game by himself. They're going to really need to step it up with this and try and get them back on track.
VP responding
Radiant's
to this
top
push
tower
bottom,
is under
but
attack.
with no Ravage to speak of, this tower is pretty much gone, and it's actually just going to cost them his life. They're going forward, so much nuke coming down. Arrow going to find the target once again. Tide will survive that.
Radiant's
He's
top
coming
tower
back in.
is full.
There's the Chrono, there we go. Okay, Bane gonna outfit the puck, but it's very much follow the damage. Look at that, they're just running through Tidehunter, and now Bane in a lot of trouble as Fabio turns around, gets. Sorry, trying to get the kill. Missed. Wow. Kavor's getting a double. This Lich is not supporting, dude. He is not in the mood. What's the score at the moment,
Radiant's
man?
middle tower is
6
under
to 4,
attack.
yeah. But I've seen some mean offlane Liches recently, like just solo offlane Lich, and you get carries with it.
No, I don't buy it.
Yeah, he took
Mid lane, Razor might be in trouble again.
He's actually playing this nicely, very well played though. Good communication on Evolution.
Radiant's
Phase shift,
middle
just gonna
tower
let
is
Puck
under attack.
disappear so Mist can come in and get the final bashes.
For the dead.
Slowly Evolution starting to, sorry, not Evolution, VPs slowly falling further and further behind. Puck really abusing this
they
big
really
dagger.
start struggling soon. And the problem is also they don't necessarily have the late game. The Lich is like the medium game. Now
Dire's
there's the
middle
Tusk,
tower
but
is
both
under
of them
attack.
again in the super late game with a couple of utility items, which that becomes really scary.
Bit of an unlucky blink silence there from Fabio. I mean, Krim. Wow. Oh, my goodness gracious me. That's a lot of damage. So what's the call here for Volvo? As you said, they're going to try to get the supports back up. And I mean, can Evolution just farm? Just, you know, let Void have his way. He's almost got the Battle Fury.
Yeah, well, you can't really stop the enemy team from farming at this stage. You try and do sneaky stuff, block a couple of camps, maybe. Make sure
Dire's
your
top
lanes
tower
are
is under attack.
out the whole time, so your towers aren't under threat the whole time. But further than that, you just need to be a little bit more passive. You need to pull back a bit more, like that Mirana right there. He had no He had no business being on the enemy side in the enemy jungle. So
Yes.
just
Smoke mid lane, they're gonna get themselves Razor.
and probably the tower then after that.
Dire's
TP
middle
basically
tower
falling
is
apart
under
right now.
attack.
Yeah,
It's all
they
on
really
the
started
shoulders of this
struggling
life
right now.
stealer, and that's not good. I think what
Like this Bane is just sitting by this life stealer for no reason. He could easily be stacking camps. He could easily be picking out lanes that aren't being. They just need to tighten up the ship. It's
Dire's
really
middle
difficult
tower
playing
is
at a
under attack.
or not a disadvantage, playing while you are
Dire's
behind.
structures are fortified.
You have to think about every little
Oh,
thing.
nice. Chrono is actually going to catch. Who's that over there? He gets live. See the shoot with the RP, bringing him out. It's actually really nicely done into the arrow, the snowball combo with the puck. Goodness gracious. Evolution just ruffle stomping at the moment.
Radiant's
They have a
bottom
Ravage
tower
outside
is
of
under
VP,
attack.
but I mean, what you're going to commit it for? There's no follow-up damage. You just have Razor left, and he needs that life stealer. We were saying, that just proved, Andre, your point there. Life stealer not able to take this on by himself.
Yeah, well, that was also a bit unlucky. He got spotted out. He got 4-man ganked. But
Dire's middle
I mean,
tower is under
even if he was still alive right now, I mean, what do you? Yes, you get a Ravage
Radiant's
off,
bottom
and the
tower
life stealer
is
gets a
under
couple of
attack.
hits off. But after that, the Chrono comes out, the Lich ulti comes out, the Ravage come out, the reverse polarity comes out, the Puck ulti comes out. There's so much follow-up damage after that, and so much lockdown, AoE lockdown
Dire's
after that,
middle
that
tower
you won't
is
be
under
able to get enough kills.
Gold is a great
Art
conductor.
just giving him the runaround down here, bottom.
Matriarchal prize.
Nice use of the snowball. 2 pushing forward. Good vision from the Radiant side so far. This ward that did spot out Life Stealer, that's also one of my favorite warding spots there.
Yeah,
It's nice because it doesn't, it's out of
Dire's
range of,
top
this is the
tower
most common
is under
D-ward
attack.
spot, and it's out of range of
Yeah.
that sentry.
Yeah.
Pretty much does the same thing, doesn't it?
Dire's
It basically
top
does
tower
it.
has
Once vision in the same type of area. If you
funny
want to be a
what-
little bit more aggressive, you can put it on the bottom side of the ramp on the right of that top hill. But that's also if teams are busy pushing, they'll deward that as well. They'll put the low ground, the deward on the low ground, and they'll be able to get that.
Dire's top tower is under
Watching
attack.
these two cores fight over farm top lane. That point of the game where you got to push together, and they
Yeah.
can do. There's not much that's going to stop this at the moment.
Yeah, I mean they are ahead at the moment, so they don't need to be too effective with their farms. Send their cores in like different
Dire's
lanes. They
top
can
tower
group
has
them up
fallen.
to a tower rather, so they keep the momentum going and keep on just making it increasingly more difficult for the enemy team without towers that they can TP to, etc. Yeah, it's a good decision on their part.
Random dust from cores there. Maybe they were expecting a smoke or Mirana ult. So really good time to they haven't really had the chance to use it. Mirana's only level 5, sorry.
Yeah.
Might be why they haven't had the chance to use
Like
it.
20 minutes in, we're on level 6. This is what I mean by that they are really far behind. Miran has not been used for arrows to kill creeps or anything like that.
2 is Until Current actually showed him out there, it zapped the tusk, but the shard's gonna miss, and he'll get himself out. Very lucky. Also quicker fingers on the side of Evolution. Fight though, bottom tied, yeah, he's gone in by himself, no trying to get the TP with the bashes. And he's down. They can't fight this now, there's no way they can take this fight against a Chrono.
No, never. They don't have any engagement, and they don't have any disengagement. They won't be able to fight it.
I think the Wyvern would have been a good pick here for instead of the Mirana.
No, I think that they
Hey,
will
look at
find
that,
it.
nicely done by the man. It's gonna bring D2, they're just gonna nuke him down. Evolution taking everything in their stride right now.
Yeah, now they're getting to that
Dire's
stage
middle
where
tower
they're
is under
comfortably
attack.
pushing down towers, just down. They just group up, take a tower, group up, take a tower, keep that. All the outside towers are gone. They probably would like to get a Rosh in there, just on the
Dire's
point maybe,
middle
just in
tower
case he
is
gets
under
caught off guard. But yeah, no, they are very comfortable right now.
Arrow.
Dire's middle tower has
Do
fallen.
they go for this? No, they're not scared. Got the Chrono, got the Yasha in the backpack though.
It's like they want to fight for this. They have to be a little bit careful though. if they get stuck, if their supports get stuck on the low ground, it might be a problem.
Oh, must be reminded that there is a Dream Coil RP and a Chrono available. All those guys have blink daggers right now. You want to use it? Yeah, I'll just push them bottom.
Dire's
Double creep wave coming with the
tower is
cult.
under attack.
Everyone just wants to farm. There's Mag going for the eggs. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that in like a pro game.
Dire's
Well,
bottom
game of
tower
casted in a
is
while,
under
right?
attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So it was good. What the old one used to give aura with Empower, yeah? That was an Empower aura, and now it's a double shockwave, is it not?
Yeah, the shockwave slows as well.
Oh, hectic, yeah, that's quite big. %60 movements, oh, that is a lot. Roche, did you want to be killed out? It's gonna be the next objective for Evolution.
Secure it, just secure the high ground push. They are actually comfortable enough to take it. They're far enough ahead and they've got the right heroes. And their ults are all off cooldown, so they can actually take the high ground without Roche. But it's just a little bit more comfortable. It's in case your Void gets like arrowed from a long distance or something like that, and you don't really have the damage to win the fight, and they get the replay. So stuck on the low ground. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. The high ground push like that, so you just secure on your Void the Aegis, and then you happy to push.
Rays are going to pick up a DD, so at least better on him than the Void. Tide. Gee, the Evolution going to go for the smoke here just to close the gap. The tier 3, perhaps get a surprise initiation. Looks like Puck's going forward. He blinks forward, going to get the Dream Call onto the light, so he'll pop in rage immediately, but the back lines here. Tusk, he's already going to kick himself at the Bane. He's down for the count. Nice with a Chrono coming up from Void, going to catch the light to Lucius. Shouting to his life. The Ravager is going to catch him. The 3 isn't going to be enough to help VP get out of the situation. There's still the Aegis on the strike now. He's going to try man fight here. Lucius in the back line will be dropped. So he actually infested himself into Razor now. Can this get himself out? It looks like Evolution might have overextended here. Way past the tier 3, way past where they were meant to be, because Mist is going to be killed. 7 times kill streak going in favor of this Razor. And that is not how you want to take high ground. The arrows also good. Oh, so quick fingers there from Krim with the blink. I think if he died, that would have been a complete disaster for Evolution.
Yeah, that would have been really bad for them. Here's a problem.
Not that it already wasn't bad, but actually, if they can get the Razor, then everything's a bit better. Or if they still have RP, I'm not sure why they dived so deep for that.
Yeah, they really wanted to do that smoke surprise play that you were talking about, but that was really not needed. They were so far ahead and they were so strong at that moment. They didn't need to do something fancy like that. And then the moment the puck jumped forward and missed, that's the exact time that you decide that you don't do that anymore. The moment you miss your first engage in a fight like that, you move back. Try again. Don't overcommit to something that's already going wrong.
I mean, you got time, you know, you got Aegis.
Yeah, you got Aegis, you got time. The puck can get out. He has a lot of escape capability. I mean, don't overcommit for something that already went wrong.
Well, Mist is already back up. He wants to go to Tide right now. They're going to go forward. Nice call once again. The puck, they're going to eventually look down the Tide down to Bane soon to follow E2 in a lot of trouble as the whole of Evolution set their eyes on him. He's got a snowball coming. Dover's going to reach the shot. Going to make it and code him down. RP going to be committed as well. Not needed, but just in case. And
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
3 going to be defended by a Solo Moran and a live steal. They really can't get close. Spider's farm, nice punch up from Tusk. He's just buying himself space here. Foxy.
Dire's structures
Very
are
nice play. He's had some good performance on this Tusk so far this game. Yeah, giving VP the run around with some of the snowballs into creep camp.
Yeah, it's been really good decisions. Charles has been game. He's been a nuance in the early game, really making it difficult for the enemy team.
Yeah, Rex. Come on, he can take it. I mean, they're going to respawn with Tide. He doesn't have Ravage for 10, but still with Ravage, I don't know if it's going to be enough because Dream Coil is about to come back off cooldown and Chrono's up too. We'll actually try to disengage. It's fine to actually leave the Tusk here, but they're going to be committed. Only going to catch the Tide Hunter right now. Just realizing the mistake as Marana pops her ulti. Can this Void get out of here? He's going to try, going to be linked up at the same time. Very fast though, Gevost. trying to aid his teammate in the escape right now. BKB going to be using E2 in the other lanes. Lucius going to kill him to Tusk finally. And the Razor will bring down the Lich. Scrappy disengage. Could have been a bit better. But all in all, still good for
Void decision making was a little bit scrappy there. Deciding to jump back in and do the chrono. I mean, backing out, don't commit your chrono. Let your Tusk die at worst case, or wait for a much better time to do it. I think it was a little bit of a panic chrono right there.
Help me being called in chat or something like that. So then, just not happening. Oh, look at these dashes. Oh my goodness, they're gonna follow up with the Ravage. Can they avoid? Yes, they can. Alakafam with the Ravage, gonna help his Archie secure the kill. And they're gonna kill off this Void once again. Might have been a bit greedy, just going in for the bang. Oh, drop out disaster. He's been making some great skewer plays, and once again he's gonna do it, finding out this life stealer, bringing him back in. Turn it armored, nice toggle from Lucius though. He's gonna get the open wounds. He's regenerating a lot of health right now. Gonna even get the infest to safety. Goodness gracious me, they're gonna know which creep he's in.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Come out right now, not a good time I don't think, because he's gonna be nuked down by the puck. Are they denying that creep?
Rage, the moment he got out, he should just rage and stop fighting. He could have maybe...
Yeah, he had open wounds, he had rage, he had armlets, everything.
Radiant's
He could have
bottom
really got a
tower is
kill.
under attack.
But all in all, they killed a lot of that fight. They defended, good push. They pushed the bot lane themselves. They're there now, so I mean, they're doing well to try and clinch
Dire's
on
top
this
shrine
game.
is under attack.
And so let's see, this might still be an even game. I know that the net worth's different story. They've been taking really fights.
Empower does add on to Battle Fury, yes?
Yeah,
Is it a diminishing scale, or does it just give
I
it
think it's
straight?
stacks. No, I think it's stacks.
Stacks, sure, 40%. Like, what's that then? He's cleaving for a lot more than you and I usually cleave. That's a hell of a lot, man.
Yeah,
I think giving that to Spain is a lot of fun too.
you can even get over 100% with cleave.
That's
you
nuts.
can get it to the stage where the target you're hitting takes less damage around it.
Dire's bottom
What?
tower is under
How's that
attack.
balance, dude? You'd be like standing, but it's the same. I mean, I don't know if you ever played the 5 Battle Fury PA build. That's a hell of a lot of fun, dude. That is ridiculous. You throw daggers and it just crits people behind and kills supports, dude. Puck though slept up now. Artifarty gonna try. I don't know. You snowball as well there. I think he was okay. Puck, they didn't need to worry about him.
Yeah.
Ravage was still on cooldown.
I think they were just scared that they fiends grip him right there.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, in that case, wait for the script.
Because Puck even getting Bloodstone, he's not concerned about the Phoenix Grip. I would have gone Lincoln's, but he doesn't even need it. Lucius, he's going to be charged up. The turnaround though from the Life Stealer, open wounds on the Artifarty, dropping really low. But Deso doing a lot of work. There comes the Plasma Field, not going to be enough. Artifarty, as the magic resistance from the Glimmer Cape will allow him to survive. And once again, it's back to block 1 here. Evolution trying to find the opening.
That was actually a really nice disengage. Really just rolled, just... Guys, no, I don't think we should take this fight right now. They were very spread out.
Chrono, nice. This will be the in-range of an Upsy, the Lich coming up. Volvo catching the 2 in the back line. Going for it, he gets to the Puck. Crane getting a aggressive kill. Haven't going to connect up the 5 though in the back line. Everyone's dropping so low. Evolution, can they turn this fight? 3 dead now for BP. Lucius, he's still very healthy. Well, not anymore, but he gets another rage on. This is going to just disengage. BKB used by E2 now. Linking up this Magnus, and they're going to get the kill. 4 dead on the side of Evolution. Only Puck managing to escape. No, sorry, he died there. Yeah, his Bloodstone sprayed him revive immediately. Very nice fight from BP.
Very well done. That's what I was talking about. With you have to have just that patience, just that little bit of self-control, saying, guys, I don't think we should take this fight right now. We have a better fight. We can get the tide on TL rather. We can get our positioning a little bit better, and that's exactly what they did. They pulled back when they actually had the opportunity. Maybe get a pick-off kill there just when they did that. They could have gotten the pick-off maybe on the Puck, or maybe commit for the Tusk, which was really low, but they decided to get back, focus on what they're busy doing. They're busy defending racks. They're not busy trying to go for kills.
It worked out okay for them. 2 just going to scare. Actually, Puck might want to consider fighting this. He has a Lich in the back. The BKB for Razor is still on cooldown for 4 seconds. Actually going to go for a Dream Court commit silence. Krem now looking to try get damage onto E2. There's the BKB once again back up. This is probably the time to disengage. Puck will get the blink as well, and that's pretty much that's fairly worth, is it? Oh, did he make the play? Actually got an illusory orb himself forward. Lucius trying to hunt down this Puck. Meanwhile, Reza, he might have been caught up on the rest of Evolution. Are going to bring him down. All four of them just ganging up on the poor fella. On the meanwhile, the whole of VP trying to catch this worst guy to try get, you know? The Puck, you're not going to catch him, man. It's just going to be impossible.
Especially in a position like that, in between the trees. He has so much time for his Blink Dagger to reset, for his Phase Shift to reset. You can't really justifiably try.
But Razor should have just backed as well, you know, going by himself. BKB doesn't make you that unstoppable.
Yeah, I think he didn't expect the rest of the team to be there. In which case it was an okay play to make. But I mean, you're playing.
Oh, Magnus caught an arrow.
Long arrow.
Yeah, Ravage though. It's still 14 seconds. They got to try hold off for this VP. No, they can't fight without this Tidehunter.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Mist just chipping away at the tier 3.
I was going to buy them the time now that they need Ravage.
Still a lot of big LTs on the side of Evolution ready to be committed. Targeting's important. What would you recommend is the order here for them to kill heroes?
I think
Dire's bottom
if you
shrine
can
is
get
under
the Puck
attack.
down as soon as possible. After that, either the Magnus or the Tusk. I think you can maybe get the Lich down as well, but he doesn't make that big a difference in this stage of the game. But I think the Void, you
Dire's
don't
bottom shrine
but
is
too much
under
on it.
attack.
It's so difficult to
Dire's
get
bottom
to,
shrine
and especially with
has
that Time
fallen.
Walk taking the damage away that you've just dealt, you don't want to commit on the Void as your primary target. Unless you are 100% sure, being like you've got a 5-second arrow on him, something like that, or 100% sure you can kill him, then yes, obviously he's a great target to get down, but you don't want to aim for that.
So yeah. Roshan gonna be the call from Evolution, and there's no vision for VP around this. Actually, they know. So how do they know?
Dire are scanning.
What?
I think they use their scan. Their scan is on cooldown.
Oh, there we go. It's been scanning now. Mirana though. Hey, look at that. I think you're dead, dude. Oh yeah. Boom boom.
Roshan has fallen to the
And
ring.
Aegis now for this Faceless Void. Pretty happy fellow. Who's gonna give the cheese to the Magnus? Yeah, I gotta say, Dropout Disaster having a very good game positionally, and some of those skewers
nice.
back, those blink skewers have been exceptional to watch.
Yeah, he's been.
Ooh, Chrono. I hear the sound of a Chrono. And Razor here too, because he's in the middle of one right now. Getting wrecked by this Faceless Void. BKB popped. It's bad decision though, I think, because I mean BKB doesn't stop right click damage, and that was all that was happening there.
Yeah, but he doesn't have enough buyback, so it didn't matter.
True. This could be game right here then. Not this Razor though. It does depend on the Ravage and the Life Stealer. He needs to really get some damage to start. No, doesn't even care. Okay, open wounds and
Dire's
Rage
top
already
tower
used.
is under
Rage,
attack.
sorry, not Enrage. That's Ursa's ability. P from DT up to 3. Gonna bring them back right now. Ravage mid lane as the Dream Tunnel connects. It's gonna snap as well as they bring back the OP with the skewer. The Artsy, he's gonna try and fight this right now. Buybacks from Lifestealer and Bane. Evolution looking to just take objectives. Will they disengage? They're gonna sleep up Void right now. Puck in the middle of a lot of trouble. He's got a lot of escape though, gonna get up. He's still available on Void right now. Lucius going for the right click. Tusk gonna get him enough time so he can get the time walk backwards. Gonna get some more HP. Beautiful stuff from Tusk. As Artsy, he's just gonna make the play right now. And this is his right click his way through this damn kill for the Void. Lifestealer gonna be the first and fourth. Another buyback from Tidehunter. But I don't know what he's gonna do without a Ravage. Ray's gonna be up to this Rax, and look, it's a full HP Magnus too. Wow, okay, yeah, good game. When your Tidehunter dies like that,
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
I think will they pop Aegis? Yes, they will. But GG already been called.
Yeah.
Dire's top barracks
Actually, I think they
has
cancelled
fallen.
it because this game's still going on, which they shouldn't be doing. Because future, any tournament, if you say GG, it's over.
I don't think they just cancelled it. Remember, it takes 10 seconds.
Was that fight that quick? Long sorry.
Well, that's how quickly they killed the Tider. It felt longer.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm just bad at counting. Could also be that.
Yeah, I think that Tusk did really well that game.
Yeah, he did.
Really
That's
well.
some awesome saves. And Mr. Artsy is your tournament organizer, so you better give him a shout out.
counted all your aces, you ain't winning. Your phone book full of numbers, stating names. All them vain decisions keep you jaded. You could have found the one, but you won't change. So aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should, I'd be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. You should, I'd be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah. You should, I'd be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you, time and ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.
By, will I see you again? Tell me you need me. This can be the end. Cause though we're so far, you're still under my skin. Need you here with me. This can't be the end, no. I know we can make this work if we just put each other first. Got your red-eye flights, ain't nowhere too far, just to be where you are. Oh, nights are the worst, taking over my mind. My favorite scar, Yeah, you raised the bar. I know we can make this work if we just put each other first. Take the leap and reach for me. 'Cause right now we be drifting into foreign seas. Will you come and follow me? Different places we can go. Why don't you meet me up in Tokyo?
doing like a point
Radiant
system for the
remaining
whole of SA Dota and all esports in general to like, I don't know if they pitched it to Telkom yet. But yeah, I guess we'd need like, well, we need a prize pool and shit.
Dire team ban.
They get to like stroke your head, dude. That's the prize, dude. You get to meet TG1P in person. Stroke his head for like 5 minutes, bro. Is your hair soft at least, dude? Oh, so we're on live, I should. Okay, you probably just heard me, okay. But we were saying, as a prize pool for Bluez Cup, we're also going to throw in the fact that you can stroke 2G1P's
Dire
head.
team ban.
Nice soft head. Beautiful. Just a beautiful, sexy head, dude. That's what we need here. Anyway, welcome back here. Game 2 between Evolution and Volvo Pressure. Evolution running away a bit with the game in the first round. So we'll have to see. Maybe VP have got a few tricks up their sleeve they can pull out and turn this around. And I was informed that Gevorst also played for NTD, not just Ventus White. So thanks to I think it's Holland, Mr. Old Hollow, for pointing that out for me. And yeah, I'm actually surprised Volvo Pressure not banning the Tusk, because that did a lot of work for Evo in that first game, and they can just pick it again.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, some standard bans coming out. Disruptor, annoying
seconds
support to deal
remaining.
with. Lich, obviously they learned the lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, did they not play it the previous game?
No, it was Evolution played it, yeah. But I'm saying they didn't ban the Tusk, which is weird.
The Tusk you can deal with, although that Tusk performance is amazing. But,
yeah, so I'm thinking just get rid of it. You don't want more
Yeah,
saves,
maybe.
all these saves happening.
Radiant team pick.
maybe they're banking on the fact that they won't play it twice.
True that. OD first ban. First phase ban. Cool,
That's
very cool.
weird. That's a weird first phase ban.
Yeah, it is a bit odd.
Who picks OD the
Dire
first
team
phase?
pick.
I don't know, maybe people just do some crazy things, dude.
Maybe you're just so comfortable.
Yeah, like, I'll play this
Just
OD
don't
plus 4.
care.
I'll roam with this OD, bro. We can play it anywhere in the team. I remember seeing Miracles roaming anti-mage at the TI, was it last year? And they did captain the like All-Stars game.
10 seconds
that All-Stars
remaining.
The showcase match.
Yeah, you can like roam with any hero, but you've got to
5
be good.
seconds remaining.
That's actually a requirement.
Don't try this at home, kid.
Don't try this at home, guys. Don't roam anti-mages because you saw Miracle do it. Like when he did all those mid Rubiks were coming out after you played mid Rubik, dude, and it just doesn't do anything, you know, at this level.
Shadow Shaman first pick. I don't like the Shadow Shaman as a first pick because it gives away that you want to push, or at least at the very least split push. So I don't really like it as a first pick. I like it as a second tier pick. So you pick up like your off laner and your off laner and maybe even one
Radiant team pick.
of your other cores. Pick up like your roamer and one of your cores. But like a roamer that can also off lane and another core. But the Shadow Shaman just gives away too much for me as a first tier pick.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Witch
kind of that
Doctor.
already. We Rubik Witch Doctor. Instantly, Shaman's gonna struggle to get
10
that shackle off.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, and also that's just like Evolution is just gonna
5
go
seconds
full on
remaining.
aggression. Yeah, I think that Rubik's gonna be for aggression. It's not gonna be a defensive Rubik, and the Witch Doctor as well. So I think they're just going full on aggression. But squishy supports might get punished.
Dire team ban.
Well, the biggest well, I found to Shaman at the moment is Dark Willow, and she's been banned because you just throw your Cursed Crown on Shaman at the beginning of the fight, and he can't shackle. Like,
Yeah, you
he's
can't shackle. You can't.
not gonna do it.
No. And because of his short attack range, like he can't be in the fight,
10
otherwise you stun your entire
seconds
team.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's a
It's just a
nightmare.
good. It's horrible. It's just
5
terrible.
seconds remaining.
Omni gonna be the pickup in response from the VP.
Yeah, it's a really good pickup from them.
Radiant team ban.
I like seeing offlane Omnis. You know.
Yeah, and Omni is a really strong hero. If you start getting ahead, you start punishing teams. Terrorblade ban.
Dire team ban.
Maybe they don't want to face illusions. Maybe that's what they're afraid of right here. And then looks like they're just going to be helped out by Volvo Pressure. Oh.
Yeah. So no Earthshakers this game.
10
So what's good
seconds
against the
remaining.
illusion heroes at the moment? The Slark, Gyrocopter.
Oh, there's quite a lot. There's
5
quite a lot.
seconds
Like,
remaining.
but if you don't want to pick those heroes, then you don't want to face illusion heroes. If you're not going to pick up like a Gyrocopter, if you're not going to pick up like you said, the Slark Cup, the Earthshaker, obviously, if you're not up any really AoE based hero, then facing Illusion hero. Vic also struggles to get that Fade Bolt off again.
Radiant team ban.
Death Prophet ban, that's probably just sensing the push start. Might also be why they banned the Terrorblade. They don't want to be facing any split push.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Let's see what the last ban here, or the last second phase ban is here for Volvo. I would ban out something big team fighty. Something really aggressive. Maybe even consider banning out the Puck. Maybe
Dire team pick.
the Void. Yeah, that's also a very good banning, especially with the Witch Doctor.
This Void gave a lot of trouble last game, so
Yeah.
you want to go against it the second time
Yeah.
round. Never cool, man.
10
Never cool.
seconds remaining.
Still hurts.
Still hurts. So
5 seconds remaining.
you're expecting VPA to take a bit more of a pushing.
Yeah,
Lineup, you
especially
said
with
the
that Shadow Shaman, you really want to get it done. Otherwise, what you can also do is Shadow Shaman is okay in like broken up, almost pick off type fights. He's really good because of his massive disable. So you can like split push with the Shadow Shaman, smoke up, sit behind the creeps,
Radiant
wait till they
team
push,
pick.
or get one of your fours to start pushing out the lane, and then wait until they push the tower, just drop snakes TP to the team fight. So you can do something special like that. But generally you want a pretty push lineup. And the Omni Knight provides some sustain at least for their push, so they can continue with this push
10
lineup that they're going.
seconds remaining.
It's very cool to see a Pango being picked up by Evo. Probably going to be played by
5
Dropout
seconds
Disaster.
remaining.
The Flame
Yeah, well,
Pango. Does that bash in his Rolling Thunder pure spell immunity? Like if he hits you while you're spell immune, you're still going to get bashed, but you won't take damage. Or...
Dire
I don't
team
think so. I
pick.
don't think so. No.
Bounty hunter.
I don't think it pierces spell immunity. No.
So it's a pick for plus 4.
Oh, that's
Could
also
work.
okay for their push lineup. They can get some vision. They know when it's safe to commit for a tower, when it's not safe. So it's still
10
fits in
seconds
with their general
remaining.
theme pretty well.
5
And
seconds
good,
remaining.
just another form of stun to stop, Witch Doctor ults and
Yeah, especially if you have a track off on the Witch Doctor, then it's going to bounce to him, and so it'll be fine. At the moment, I'm really
Radiant
liking
team
Volvo's draft though.
Dragon.
yeah, it's looking quite cool. Very
Dragon Knight
balanced.
pickup.
What do they put against that? There's Razor in the pool, but you want to push, so
Yeah, the Razor's okay with pushing. You can get like an early drums,
Dire team
something like
back.
that on the Razor, then you're really fine with pushing. Ooh, sniper pickup. That's okay against the Dragon Knight, but yeah, I think they wanted something a little bit more early game. Push out the towers very early on. Don't allow
could be the safe
Dragon
lane
Knight to farm.
sniper.
Might be a safe lane sniper,
10
but
seconds
I
remaining.
don't see the sniper doing very well in the safe lane against those supports
5
that they have, the
seconds
Witch Doctor and the
remaining.
Rubik's. Too much lockdown.
Yeah.
And the Pango is going to catch too easily, so I don't see him doing them too
What's your thoughts
well.
on Pos 4 Pango, hey? I've been trying it out a few games. It's not too bad.
No, I think he just needs a little bit too much farm. Otherwise, he's just too ineffective.
Radiant
Yeah, he needs
team
levels,
back.
needs farm.
Yeah. So unless you're like really successful, get a lot of kills, and maybe like you can maybe run him in a dual lane with like a Darkseer, and if the Darkseer goes to jungle quite a lot with his
Radiant
Iron
team
Shell, then you take the lane for a bit. You might get enough out of it, and it'll be really strong, having basically 2 offlane cores. But yeah, other than that, I think he just needs a bit much to justify like a full-on pos 4.
10 seconds remaining. 5
They ban out the
seconds
Vogue. I
remaining.
think that's also a really good
Dire team
ban
pick.
for them there.
Anti-mage.
And the anti-mage, that's,
Okay, so
that's
no
really
pushing.
weird.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
pushing.
no pushing, just
Okay.
farming. So that Shadow Shaman. I think they're just kicking themselves on that Shadow Shaman.
Yeah,
they changed their mind halfway through. They realized that they can take this Witch Doctor Rubik in the late game. They can take the Pango in the late
Choose
game.
your hero.
So they just basically hating that Shadow Shaman. Right
Yeah, now the Monkey King looks like the lineup is Evo going the early push, much more stronger.
Yeah, well they don't.
Game, early game.
Well they'll just push whenever Dragonite's ulti is off cooldown. You can push down a tower really easily. You've got sustain from your Witch Doctor. They can't really engage on you because you have the Pango and the Monkey King. So I think they swung it around. They actually went for like the early aggression type plays. And for the early push, but I think
MK, what's his role here?
I think his role is to just provide that early aggression. So like you can have him in lane with like the Dragonite early on, and well, not early on, but when the Dragonite hits his 6, and you can very easily push down a tower because the Monkey King is just too threatening in lane.
Here we go, game 2, Volvo pressure against Evolution Esports. Evolution wanting to 2-0 this one, secure them a good spot in the main event. I'm not sure, Anita, do you know how the series is going to work?
I'm not 100% sure. They haven't.
Because we have there's an odd
battle.
number of teams. So
yeah, so they'll probably have some sort of arrangement with the highest placed team getting the first bye, and thereafter it continues as normal or something like that.
Obviously, the top 2 teams from each group, and then the next 2, something like that.
They'll just work it on stats like wins, losses, those types of things, and consider that, and maybe give one of the highest ranking team a bye, the first bye, or something like that, or maybe just the game advantage, or I don't know. We'll see.
This time around, obviously teams have switched places. Volvo Pressure going playing from the Radiant side, and oh, the name is Evolution Esports. Sorry, going to be taking the top
30 seconds to
from the
battle.
Dire. No, Gevor's looking like he might go for the early ward.
Yeah, he's actually he's going to be scouted out though.
Yeah.
And there's bounty.
And there's a sentry on bounty, so
probably immediately dewarded. Yeah. Could have very easily given that to the Omni Knight.
would have been better, much better. Just early 100 gold, you know, you can never say no to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he gets that, then he's more than half. Well, he's basically halfway to his boot already.
So both teams not looking like they're going to contest, and each side will get their allocated amounts of runes. Straight to the laning phase here. So DK versus Sniper mid. You already mentioned that you feel the DK will probably come out on top of that later on as he starts getting levels.
Yeah, later on, yeah. But I think earlier on, the Sniper is going to... not really, I don't know. I don't think the Sniper was a good pick here for them. I mean, I don't think the Sniper is enough to get the Dragonite out of the lane, unless he does a lot of early game harass, which doesn't look like he's busy doing. And the moment he hits 6, he's just going to go get that tower down with maybe bringing the Monkey King and get the tower down.
Top lane looks like a dual lane versus tri-lane. Wow, okay, already got Jingu stacks out. Gevor's well played by him. He actually holds onto the cast to get the stun out onto the Omni. Going to get some more damage from the Monkey King. Can they kill him? Yes, they do. First blood going to be brought down. Bounty Hunter falling to the right clicks of the Witch Doctor. And yeah, nicely played by that Witch there.
Yeah, they're going to struggle with this dual lane in the top lane. And that's again where you really maybe wanted to give that 100 gold to your Omni Knight, get him quick boots, you can leave the lane, he just sits and saps XP.
Let me see, as soon as you see Pango use that swashbuckle level 1, you just got to go for the shackle straight away.
Yeah.
Cooldown's pretty big, you know, not any real form of disengage for him after that, and
yeah, this Pango is probably going to struggle a little bit in this lane because he's going to be harassed a lot by the Shadow Shaman, and his mana is going to be drained a lot by the Anti-Mage. He's going to struggle a little bit in the lane.
wow, look at that breathe fire, level 2, dude. That's a lot of damage. It's like Evolution might want to just push this lane with a wave up top here. They're not too concerned about pulling right now. The supports, well, now they head into the jungle.
No.
I think they missed the stack timing there just a bit.
A little something extra.
That should help for the effort.
Ah, look at that hammer blow.
Times are hard.
Hammer Bounty just sort of skulking around the mid lane at the moment, and
Yeah, he missed the career snipe, and that's big for him. He really needed to get that career snipe.
yeah, because he's just been walking around. Otherwise, he isn't.
Yeah.
He's trying to get the kill here, but standing here when the shrapnel was just popped onto the creep wave, you know that you should know the wave's just gonna push.
Yeah, this bounty just not really knowing what he's doing right now. He isn't stealing bounty runes. He isn't sniping couriers. He's just having a bad time.
Changer finally making his way top. This bottom Lucius been given solo XP.
I think that smoke was just to try and find the bounty. Smoke has been broken now.
But interestingly, Bounty sees this, but he's not following them as they're just gonna walk mid. Two. He's gotta be careful here. No. Cask, too late, lift, back. Actually, this is a bit of a problem because he's taking tower damage too. Witch Doctor are gonna fall. E2 will pop the Fairy Fire, turn around here as Krem goes forward, gets the breeze fire to the sniper, but it's not gonna be enough damage. The shrapnel, you can't fight the shrapnel, people. Oh, that's a complete failure of a gank mid. And E2 gonna give himself a double, getting him that good gold on that XP he was looking for.
Yeah, that's gonna be a huge problem for them. And now the bounty also at least got a little bit of XP from that elite kills.
Wow, but look at this.
He's going back on track.
This Monkey King, wow, boom. 2 points in Jingu, and what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you really struggle against that.
Bountiful.
Yeah, they find Pango, but you need to get the shackle off, and the range is tiny level 1, so...
Yeah.
Precious bounty.
All Venom slow is not enough.
The range stays the same.
Oh, this feels bad, man. No, it's a
tiny
problem.
Radiant's
range.
top
Yeah,
tower
when
is
your
under
Witch Doctor's
attack.
just pulling the flame Omni out to get the rune.
Heads up.
Actually, Maledict gonna be cast and Cask.
Illusion.
Yeah. Probably just for the gold. I don't think he's too concerned. He's happy to use it. He knows he doesn't need to use it anytime soon right now. As MK just happily lasting creeps in this lane. Much more of a slow start compared to last game. There was like 10 kills in the first 10 minutes. This is much more farming every. Well, we're gonna see. You think Evolution? They should start hitting their stride about mid game, like 15 minutes in. DK gets level 6. By 50 minutes he probably should be, I don't know, level 10.
Yeah, I think the moment DK gets level 6, they really should look at pressuring a tower, especially against the sniper. You want to start shutting him down before he gets out of control, before he gets his first big item after his phase boots now. You really want to start shutting him down. Because once he gets that Mjolnir or something like that, then his farming goes through the roof, he becomes really dangerous to fight into, etc, etc. So you really want to just start shutting him down.
Good work by the Evolution support in the top lane. They're just creating so much space for Mist right now, and looks like they're going to secure another kill. Maledict and a Boundless Strike.
You've had some practice.
Plenty of damage to kill for a level 3 Omni. To drop out his roster's credit, he hasn't died yet. He's doing pretty well in that lane, holding his own.
Yeah, he is doing well as that Pango in off lane. It's actually pretty surprising that they aren't more aggressive on him. That Shadow Shaman should be basically in lane the whole time, just right-clicking him.
And we know how much damage the right click of a Shaman does.
Yeah.
Let's see if they get this right a second time. Cask coming out mid lane. They're going onto Sniper Maledict. Yeah, they're going to get him this time. Just straight up lift him up, dropped. And Kavos gets himself that kill. Bit of revenge for the last time. It's like, that's what we were meant to do, we just didn't do it.
Healing shock.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bounty. Hey, they're going for this Witch, hey, yeah. Wukong's command going to be committed. It's not just a slow, they're just one of those slows right now. Boundless Strike only up in 10, but Fateful from Rubik going to zap him in the back. Rubik, Witch Doctor going to fall to the tower. But that's okay. So is it 130 gold for everyone on the map?
Oh, it's not for... I believe it's not for everyone.
That's not for everyone, no, it's just for people nearby or...
I think it's for... Oh no, it is for everyone, yeah. Yeah, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, it is quite a lot. Anti-Major, he's top of the CS, so pretty happy stuff for
well.
VP.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well, and but I would like to just see them be a bit more aggressive on this Bangalore. You shouldn't be able to be in lane that much.
See, like Shaman going now 5. For it. Yeah, it's level 5, and you, as soon, I mean, just use Swashbuckle, as you said. As soon as you see Swashbuckle, you should make the move.
Yeah.
You got enough disable.
Yeah, and I mean the anti-mage does have level 6 now, so you should have enough damage to get him down. We had the Shadow Shaman going for the second level in Shackles. I mean, Shackle, he already has such long disable with the Hex and the Shackles. Generally, what you see the Shadow Shamans do is get 1 level in each and just max out Ether Shock because it does so much damage.
That's good nuke, pushing waves, yeah.
Exactly.
That should help.
It's good in team fights. If an early team fight breaks loose, if you can hit like 3 arrows with Ether Shocks, that's a lot of damage.
Elikafam is now level 6 bottom though. They got the vision for the Omni, but the Swashbuckle gonna miss. New Funk turning around, Cask is out now. Lucius throwing himself into the fight with that mana burst. He's got level 6, he's got the reverse, sorry, not the reverse polarity, the mana void. And he's gonna use it.
By my blade.
He's causing that Magnus in the last game, man. But lane, DK, Dragon Form gonna be used. Trying on E2, but the Shrapnel, just such a good zoning tool. Oh, actually, very extensive. Is a Dragonfire up in a few seconds with a Soul Ring. Hey, he gets the right click. Well played there by Krem. That corrosive damage.
Yeah.
Enough to
and
bring down the sniper.
This is where you really want to maybe TP in a support or two, get that tower down, just make use of that Dragon Form to its full extent.
Can they change them, this guy? Hey, gonna get the Guardian Angel off, but he's taking magnetic damage. He doesn't actually have a single point in repel. Will he die? No. Pops 1. Dr. Doring might have overextended here. But they're really shrinking. They might have a shrinking, so...
Why not? Oh, too
that's
late.
So cheeky. That's so cheeky. Purification not there on time. DK Dragonform about to come down. He's just trying to get the boss. Little bits of damage over time. Effects onto Sniper. So it doesn't get a tower for his trouble, and... Still doing almost twice the CS of the Sniper right now, so he's pretty happy. This DD, I'm pretty sure, has been sitting here for like 2 minutes straight, yeah. It's gonna change his arcane rune.
I'll take that. Precious bounty.
Now this Omni Knight now falls into the jungle as well. He just
Does he go Battle Fury this game?
No, I really don't think he needs to. I think you just fight the whole game. So you don't want Battle Fury, you don't want to farm up, you just...
They're gonna try go for the kill mid here, but in the backline they might have been expecting this, because Dropout Disaster with this Rubik is gonna help out, and they're gonna nuke down this bounty hunter quite quickly. Yes, is that Rolling Thunder doing so much work? And that's a double kill going in the favor of Revolution. Good, I think that was good foresight. They just got two heroes there ready for this bounty moving there. I'm not sure. Or maybe they just plan to gank the sniper anyway.
Yeah, I think they just plan to gank the sniper anyway.
These stacks coming out.
Oh, I think Dragon Knight should have used his Dragon Form there while he still had the rune on him.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's too late now. Well, you can pop it. Just you should be able. You should. Yeah, but I mean, you want to use this card. You're just gonna hold on to it.
That's weird that his supports went away there.
This Shaman's gonna take a long time to TP in right now. He could be in a bit of trouble. The Shuriken is not being used yet. They're just trying to get the hit procs, but this DK is so damn tanky with level 4 in Dragon Blood. He might actually turn and fight this with the help of the Witch Doctor. Gets the cast out, but Shaman gonna hex him up. They don't want this Maledicent coming out. It's not enough to get the nuke as Bounty Hunter barely escape. Actually gonna fall to the aggro from the creeps. That feels bad, man. That feels really bad. These ganks. Ooh, stun, DK, finds it, gonna get the Free Fire out too, and now Sniper. It's gonna be killed. Newfunk can only watch as his teammates die. And the tier 1 will fall over.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Tier 1 mid, gonna fall. This opens up the avenue for a lot of aggressive movements into the Radiant jungle.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, now you don't have to run on your side of the map anymore. When you run from mid to bot lane.
Anti-Mage are getting closer to that Battle Fury.
He is, but it's gonna all depend on if they can hold out for long enough for this anti-mage to become scary.
I mean, Sniper and AM, especially at this rate, Sniper's is going to have to be hitting the jungle. He's got nothing.
Yeah,
Can't
I think
fight.
Sniper will be fine just farming like jungle and mid lane as long as it's close to his tier 2. The top lane, I would have actually done this rotation that they're doing right now. I would have done it to the top lane maybe, or at least bring the monkey to the bot lane and just start pushing at 5 and just start mowing down towers, because that's what you really need right now. You need to just shut down the farm capabilities of the other team, because they have the sniper and they have the anti-mage. They just want to farm.
Monkey King gonna go for the Battle Fury end of the day.
That's really weird, because I mean, you're not gonna outfarm the anti-mage in any case. There's just no way, and he doesn't do as well in the late game as the anti-mage. So I would say build fight, maybe even utility items, and just try and fight as early as you can. Shut the game down. By 25 minutes, you should be mowing down all the tier 2s. Looks like they might want to smoke here in the bot lane. Witch Doctor does have a smoke on him. They might want to get a wrap around on this anti-mage, but
Just Shrine.
before they get to the anti-mage though.
But they have the Rolling Thunder and the Maledict, I think, is the main thing you really want. And Rubik's 6 as well now. It's pretty cool. You can steal some blinks to catch up with the AM.
Yeah, but I just don't think that they have enough for the AM. Shadow Shaman looks like he's going Glimmer Cape before Mana Boots, which is pretty weird.
It's a bit odd.
You do have the...
Who else is going to give the mana? The bounty?
You have the Omni Knight here that can repel, so you don't really need that Glimmer Cape that early. That is when the Omni decides to skill repel.
Yeah, it would be quite useful, I think, especially against the Witch Doctor, to have repel.
Yeah.
Wait for this guy to reconnect. Oh no, this Masters game's going with us. I hear Epoch are playing XD. Let's have a look at the score.
Happening there.
Andre and myself will be passing more Masters games over the next few weeks. Got our privileges a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Play with the big boys, eh?
Looking forward to do that. Looks like this guy's back in the game now.
Here we go. Let's resume. Evolution versus VP, game 2.
Thank you.
I think just Evolution have set a very good pace both games, and they're just keeping on to that. Yeah, Shrine.
Yeah, they just
There's
need
a
to
smoke.
keep this going, especially against heroes like Anti-Mage Sniper. You need
Dire's
to keep
bottom
this
tower is
momentum
under
going.
attack.
That smoke, as you called it. See if they can find the AM, but he's just farming jungle.
Yeah, well, you see everyone missing on the map. Start going back towards your base side, go farm there.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, the scan though, nice scan. It's gonna actually find where he is, but he does have a blink. They've got to be very quick here. Lift. Turn around, swashbuckle, stun gonna come out through. They're actually gonna nuke him down.
Yep.
The Maledict. Oh, wait. It's not gonna be enough. It's level 2 Maledict. The one was charged.
He didn't take any. He didn't take any damage.
Yeah, he's also got
Maledict
10 HP, and sorry, Shadow Shaman's gonna get the kill into Monkey King top. They're gonna drop wards for that though. So that means they're gonna delay their tier 1 push.
But for them at this moment, you don't really worry too much about tier 1 push. You just worry about not allowing the enemy to push you. That's what I'm saying. That they
take the stick. Ooh, AM there. Metaboy?
No, he's gonna be in trouble.
That's very greedy though, trying to get the rest of that stack.
Thou art damned.
I think you should just use that swashbuckle to get out.
Yeah.
Now the rotation again. They're gonna come in range. There's a cask. Once again, there's a repel of the zombie knights. You can't stop this. Look at this.
is ready to be seen.
1 point in repel is all you need, and that can't happen to you.
Yeah, I think especially with the lineup, I mean,
Cask, lift,
just having a
Maledict.
look at it, everyone on their lineup has some sort of stun.
Visibility.
Got
Radiant's top
telekinesis,
tower
you've
is
got
under attack.
Precious bounty.
Dragon Tail, got Boundless Strike, you've got Rolling
Radiant
Thunder, and you've got
structures are
Cask.
fortified.
Dragon form is up. Krem looking to rotate top. It's got an armlet too now.
Yeah, this should be an easy tower for them to take. He does have the Invis rune, so he's going to have a lot of information as well of this bounty maybe being here.
There is a guardian angel though, so they've got to be careful of that. And they got to commit. You know, it's a timing issue. I'm just free farming the whole time, and you're just sort of standing around top here, deciding if you want to take this tower.
Yeah, and I think
Or the
this
stack.
rotation mid with the Dragon Knight is not the best idea. I mean, what is
And
what
does
is
he
he
get
going to do?
sniped? Does he have the damage? He actually will
Yeah,
be.
he should.
Should, yeah, omelet. Phase boots. Nah, he's dead. AM though. He could actually kill the AM. I think he'd kill the AM. Yeah, that's not going to do much. Oh no, Shaman coming in. That should actually help him. The stun coming out once again now.
Oh,
that
Dire's
was going to
middle
blink
tower
away.
is under attack.
That was a bit of a
That was a
mistake
big
there.
mistake.
Yeah, could have got the kill. Because DK, because successfully going to arm toggle his way backwards. I think he's just, you know, waiting for this Janata strike, so he's just trying to toggle it in
Radiant's
preparation.
bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Especially this decision to go battle through so late on the Monkey King, you know, you're already behind the AM.
Yeah, you just need to commit for fight.
Sports is a death ward on Witch Doctor now. Ooh, Charlotte, they're going to find him before he can drop it. Sniper getting the kill. This goes in, gets a Wukong's command down on one. He's going to kill off Shaman. There's a rolling bolt in the back line. We're going to find Sniper 2, E2. Going to try and fight for his life. There's the Guardian Angel. Going to keep him alive. Alakafam pops the one instantly. That's so much HP as E2 sits in the back and right clicks his way forward. Good steal from Rubik though. He steals the Guardian Angel. It's not enough though to keep the Monkey King alive. And very bad fight for Evolution there. As AM just pushes him this bottom tier 1.
Yeah, I think that they're starting to
Dire's
fall
bottom
a little
tower
bit
is
behind
under
with their
attack.
momentum now, and they're allowing the enemy team to catch up. They're going to get this bot tier 1 tower now, which is going to be drastic
Dire's
for them.
bottom tower
That means his
has
aim
fallen.
can now really just start farming out his items, and he's going to become a
Dire's
problem
bottom
within the
tower
next
is
like
under
5 to
attack.
10 minutes. Once he gets that Yasha up, and maybe the Manta even, he's going to become a real threat to deal with. I think that this Dragon Knight is just choosing the weirdest lanes to go farm in. I mean,
He
he's
must be
going.
knocking down the towers, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he abandoned that top push to go to the bushes. Sure, he got the kill on Sniper, but the anti-mage was farming the whole time. They managed to, or they didn't manage to get the tower, so that just buys more farm space for the anti-mage.
Oh, Dragon Form pumped, failed gank failed.
That little creep there stepping in, blocking the Dragonite.
Yeah, that feels bad, man. That guy MVP for AM right now, and VP looks like they might respond. Volvo, should he be at the front of this?
I don't think
they should use this Dragon Knight though. I don't know why
I think the supports can stick around in case the Dragon Knight tries to push, but I mean they have a track on him, they see them back, they can just carry on farm, split up, go and farm again.
It's Omni doing fairly well now on the net with shots. Second highest on his team on CA and pulling far away.
He had a pretty bad start, but he's catching up nicely now.
So what's the call here from Evolution? What do they do, Andre?
Evolution, I think at this stage
is under attack.
They can just try and farm up a little bit, but they need to start putting the pressure up. Because they're sitting okay at the moment. It's fairly balanced, but the moment this anti-mage gets out of control, then it's going to start becoming a one-sided game.
Monkey King still does not. There's Rapal finally level 1 at level 12. He's going to take it, but that's a lot of damage from the melee, which is physical damage. Sorry, I mean the Death Ward is physical damage. Alec the Fan going to actually kill the Rubik as they try to get the turn here. But Mist is going to get something kill the Omni-Knight. Shackled up right. Two nice stun though from DK coming in to save Mist. As Water dropped there too, and Sniper also gets shrapnel. He's going to fall. Who killed him? Where was he standing?
He got hit with that maniac of a boundless strike that hit onto 4 people. That crazy. 4 people hit with a boundless strike. They just lined up perfectly for that boundless strike. And
that's quite a big momentum swing.
Yeah, it did a huge amount of damage in that fight.
That's
and that just swung the whole game there.
Because yeah, now they got the battle fury up and the momentum. There's no wards to defend this. They should just stick and push. DK form is up as well.
They should definitely just commit Dragon Form to this push. I don't know why they're not.
They're a bit too scared. Actually, they're going forward, bit forward. With the stun coming up, now from behind, he does get the repel out, so he's going to be stopped from that cost. Not going to do much damage. Revo's taking a lot of right click right now as Omni-Knight goes in, pops the guardian angle. E2 going to get the kill on the Rubik in the background. New form, running forward. Shaman, they're going to get the disable right now with Dragon Form because he's actually going to kill him with Bounty Hunter. Mystic is now in the fight too. Omni-Knight going to drop Boundless Strike, just critting so much. He's going to take the fight. Oh my goodness gracious. That was what you're talking about there. AM is pretty big.
Yeah, he's getting disgusting now. He just got his ultimate all before that fight, so that helped him push out a little bit more damage, be a bit more tanky. And now they're probably going to get this top tower off this, which is again just going to swing it a little bit more in their favor.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Bottom tower will fall in exchange, but I think Pango they need to fight his 5 Evolution.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I don't know why this sniper came to this top lane. This tower was basically secured. He could have pushed down mid while this was happening very easily.
Precious bounty.
I don't know what they want to do.
Or you can commit your wards for tier 1 mid.
Fallen.
Yeah, I could do that. Game plan review thought by Evo. The Monkey King now going for the Shadow Blade. Looks like DK wants to fight, but he doesn't have Dragon Form. If they can get on that sniper while he's got Mom up, you know, that could really...
Yeah, that could really hurt him. But see, that's where the Monkey King, he could have had the Shadow Blade by this time, and that could have been a constant threat for the sniper. It puts your supports under a lot of pressure, puts the sniper under a lot of pressure, and then you can start winning fights comfortably because the enemy team feels uncomfortable the whole time. So you just start and you just start.
Here we go. Rolling Thunder by DD. Gonna go in right now. Death will be dropped too. There is the stun as we said from the Shrek and toss, but it's gonna lose cost a lot for them as Dragon Knight gives himself a double kill. Gonna make that a triple, baby. Sorry, double still. Rubik gets the kill. The assassinate from the background. This is classic sniper things. You know, just get yourself some gold.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Fight going back and forth, but AM wasn't there, so He's just taking tier 1 mid, leaves his illusions to do it. He's got Manta now as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
This monkey might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, trying to get out.
Radiant structures are
Keep
fortified.
on going, Lucius, but the thing is they got the catch for him. They just need to get the track. Actually, not going to get it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Missed buying
has
some
fallen.
space there as well. Tier 2 will fall bottom. I'm sure Evo want to back out of this one. Dragonform about to come down. Actually, Monkey King switching up his decision, going to go for BKB straight instead of the Shadow Blade. Okay, AM just got Basher and Manta in the space.
Yeah, no, he's farming up a storm now. You can see him just comfortably pulling ahead right now.
And there's no response for this. They unless they get a really good fight, you know, just push up the high ground.
I wouldn't be surprised if this anti-mage goes Axe. It'll really help him this game. Evade telekinesis, you evade a cask, you evade dragon tail, and even the spell steal, fade bolt. So it's a really good item for him this game.
Provost always leading these charges for his team. Oh, sniper, that's actually pretty big right now. Stun. No. The blink was too far away, and now the hold of VP are going to respond to this. They're going to really get the hits at the Dragon Knight. Turn around, there's the cost coming out to Omni Knight. He's a little bit of pride right now. Vehicle being dropped. Where's the stun? There it is. Mana Void to cancel it. Dragon Knight going to fall really quickly as Wukong's command comes out. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's going to instantly have to blink into the trees, cancelling the effects of his ultimate. There's a whole of VP trying to chase him down. They have the track. Depends how quick Mist is. Your Lucius, he wants this kill. He really wants this. Oh.
And they're gonna get it.
I don't know why he jumped to the lane there.
I don't think he knew he was tracked.
Ah. You gotta check your status, guys. Your status bar. It's very, it's
Precious bounty.
just some things you gotta learn to do. It's looking like VP's game so far. Maybe this will be the upset.
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
I think
attack.
so. I think this anti-mage is just getting out of control. Too out of control right now. Looks like he's going for the Abyssal now. That's going to be really devastating for the sniper. If he can get onto that sniper Abyssal him, he's basically dead. It's Rubik playing with his life here.
Yeah, very much so. What did he steal? Purification. That's pretty cool.
It's okay, it's not going to help him anything right
Dire's
now.
top tower is under
Dragon Knight.
attack.
He doesn't have Dragon Form. I
Dire's
wouldn't go
top
so
tower
far. Ronin
has
Thunder.
fallen.
I can hear it coming down the lane as DD goes for the kill here. Nice reveal from Voice. Gets the stun. He's got a double damage. Will be tracked, but oh my goodness, that shield crash damage doing so much work as they bring down Shaman. Omni Knight seem to follow, but Lucius will get himself the kill onto the Witch Doctor and just runs away.
I think you can just comfortably farm up a little bit more, get your Abyssal Blade up, you're close to it in any case. Your sniper's pushing the bot
Dire's
lane,
bottom
so you're going to get that
tower is under
tower down now
attack.
soon as well. So you don't want to commit too much. I mean, you're already 2 supports down there, so don't try and fight it as the anti-mage rather. Get what you can
Dire's
and get
bottom
out.
tower is under attack.
Look at Sniper as well, just pushing to bottom. There's not going to be a response for this. He will take Pango coming in a
Dire's
bit late.
bottom tower has fallen.
Haste! That should help. 'Tis mine.
Omni going for. I think it's a Reds.
Radiance.
Yeah.
Probably a Radiance.
Reds good here, or would you much rather like
Radiant's
to see him get a
middle
nullifier?
tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
I don't think the Rad's going to help him too much right here. The Dragon Knight's probably... Oh, he already has BKB, so no, I don't think the Rad's a good call right here. I think you...
I'll take
I think even his phase boots was the right call. I think he could have definitely gone the line of mechanism, GG boots, something like that. I also don't know what this Yasha is for, just movement speed, but in that case, just get it Yules. So I'm not sure about his build at this stage.
Yeah, he's stuck between like 2 different forms here. I think the nullifier would be hell of a nice to stop that BKB.
Nullifier, yeah, Nullifier, really good. like I said, the GG boots would have been really good for him here. The Eels, if he really wanted movement speed, would have been good for him here. So I'm not too sure what his plan is at the moment.
The net there's nothing between these two teams at the moment, though. That is quite surprising.
Yeah, but it is the anti-mage just pulling so far ahead right now, and he is very scary at the moment. He is going Ags now.
Don't fight him.
Ags next. The moment he gets Ags, he's going to be... he can just jump into the fights. He doesn't need to wait for his team to engage. So it's going to become a big problem for them. He can maybe even justify after Ags a BKB, and then he's just unkillable.
It's like Evo gonna just try push down mid lane. BKB available for the Monkey King and the Dragon Knight. I change the fight. If they find this bouncy, he's giving good information right now. No, the pings. Hey, no, that's actually himself. Wow, look at that info.
Yeah, that just saved his support's lives.
Yep, there they go. Trying to decide gonna find himself dropping that. Can they burst him down before he gets the Guardian Angel? Looks like they will be able to. Nicely done. Aim looking in the backline. Lucius very much alone there. They need a Nico's commander. They need to lock him down. He gets the mana. The stunt is gonna be enough to kill him. 7 times wicked kill streak going in favor of Dragon Knight. Sniper gonna try do the work at the moment as they're killing off the walls in the bottom part of this fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's huge for Evo right now. They can just keep pushing.
I don't know what they were thinking there. They know where the entire team was. Why they would not step forward like that. He knew everyone was there. Step back, get your anti-mage on your side, and then
Sniper as well. You're gonna die. This is huge. Is there buyback on this AM? Yes, there is, but I don't think they want to commit it so early. Dragon form still all the way through. Yeah, they're gonna have to. This tower will fall. Definitely will fall.
The bouncy can't defend this by himself. Should have bought back a long time ago.
Under attack. Radiant
fortification, not gonna save you for long, my man.
All ones will break.
Omni going in. Ooh, look at the bash there. Swashbuckle. They're just gonna take this tower. So much to stay. The Stone of Purification by Rita. Dr. Dory. Wow. Well, they're gonna actually kill off the Pug. That's not the Pugna. The Pangalia. And they don't get the tower. End of the day.
Yeah, that was actually fine.
Yeah, pretty good defense from MVP.
Yeah, but I think a nicely timed buyback from the anti-mage could have been a triple kill there.
You would have had mana void though, but he can still do a lot of damage.
I'm pretty sure he didn't need it.
He didn't need it. Just blinkered in the Abyssal Blade, the first person you see basically.
Exactly. Pop Manta, kill everything.
Dragon Knight getting closer to that Assault Cuirass. What do you take here, the extra stun duration or the 40 strength for Dragon Knight?
I think you can justify the 40 strength. Stun duration you don't need because you have so much stun on your team in any case. And that 40 strength is a lot. It's really a lot. I mean,
especially this gives you more magic resistance against that mana void.
Yeah. I mean, a
wait, that's still a thing, yeah?
5 strength.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
Yeah.
It's magic resist, yeah.
Yeah, it's still a thing.
Radiant are scanning.
Bounty gonna be pinged out. The scan successful from VP. They know that Evo around the pit. Then in the AM illusion, just to check. So good positioning. Convorce, I think Convorce is the main shot caller here. Been making his team keeping a steady control on this game plan.
Yeah, just slowly moving forward. The problem with that is the bounty's just gonna start tracking everyone, and then you're not gonna be able to make any moves. So against like a bounty, you really just want to get the jump on them before we get your whole team is tracked up and you get outmaneuvered.
AM probably just wants his eggs before he fights. But there's still like a lot of non-target stuns that can get him, you know? Especially that Pango Swashbuckle. I think I've seen that stun quite a lot of people.
Yeah. But then they have to be very mindful on like their casks, and they have to be mindful. I mean, it's basically just the cask and the Pango that can get him. But I mean, you can't really do anything about that.
butterfly gonna be called for? Mist? Was it Misty? Don't know.
Illusion.
And the two supports from Evo just standing around the pit. That's their job right now. You don't want anti-mage or sniper getting that.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. If they can get the Aegis on the sniper, then they're gonna be sitting pretty.
Bounty. 'Tis mine.
So anti-mage is just farming up a storm right now.
The pause.
Both teams are a little bit afraid of each other at this moment. They've both now won a fight and lost a fight. They don't really want to fight unless both of them get a next big item on one.
And you see the next worth shows for that. There's 2k between these two guys.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just this anti-mage keeping them in. If they can catch this anti-mage off guard, then they're really gonna just breeze through the through the Raxes. They can take mid and bot racks. If anti-mage dies, that's mid and bot racks gone.
Yeah. But how does the sniper so far behind? Even with the mom, he's just not keeping up. Smoke into Roche. Good call here. I don't think VP are actually expecting this. Or are they? The ping from Shaman. They see it, yeah, they know they're in the pit. This could be a big fight. Maybe they want to pick up Pango before they go in. Witch Doctor's going to defend. This Roche is falling pretty quickly as well. If VP want to make a move, they got to do it now, and they're going to go search Shackle up on the Witch Doctor. Can they come down? There's going to be no game for this fight, but huge rolling thunder from Dropout Disaster finds 2 miss, gets himself the double kill. The whole of VP in retreat right now. Shaman going to be glimmer caped up, but it's going to wear off his effects right now. Does drop 7 wards in an odd spot for his life, and he's just giving them free gold.
Yeah, that's a weird panic Serpent Ward. Never do that. I mean,
never do that.
You're only dead for 40 seconds, but Serpent Ward is now down for 2 minutes.
And Roche,
It's never worth it.
Pango, Rolling Thunder already making the plays at the moment.
I am immortal.
Against a team that it's a team that is very static, just in Sniper and Shaman's case, you know? They want to stand around and hit things and put spells on things, and Rolling Thunder just says, no, sorry.
Yeah, that Rolling Thunder is really doing a lot of work for them in the team fights. It's really keeping them in the team fights, because it's just creating a lot of chaos. And like you said, they don't like chaos. They want a standard run to me and fight me type of fight.
Yeah, like you all try going AM and we'll just disable you.
Then you have the monkey jumping in from trees, and you have the Rolling Thunder coming through.
It gives them
so it's creating the chaos that they need in the fights.
There's all these animals on the side of Evo. Monkeys and pangoliers, dude. Just
creating chaos.
They're creating absolute havoc in the backline. Cool to see though. DK getting a... He's pretty farm now. The gap AM had, the lead he has is really diminished in the last 10 minutes. He was 8k ahead and now he's only 4, so...
Yeah, and the problem with it just being the anti-mage that's far ahead is that in a team fight like that, the anti-mage doesn't do enough damage to secure you the team fight. Yes, in pick-off situations and in a little bit of a slower fight, the anti-mage is going to be able to do a lot of damage, but in the types of fights that they've been having...
see, once again here, this is your call. They had the information, the Monkey King was tracked, and he just ran in and leapt in, and Sniper was just standing there. So this is probably going to be is the buyback status on Sniper? There is none, so this is probably going to be a Rax. And this is a miraculous defense from Volvo Pressure.
Radiant's
But small mistakes like that cost you.
Yeah, it is small mistakes that really
No sorceries avail.
make the game.
Look at this rolling thunder, dude. It just makes everyone run away. You can't. Or find the back. I don't think he's going to try this. He's going to danger. Another circle board from the back line. They're going to nuke down anti-mage. So sorry. I mean, the monkey is so quickly. That is only Aegis though. As DK pumps out the damage from the back lines. Miss now. With the BKB and the Wukong's command. Going to get the Barber strike onto nothing. Maybe find himself on the back. Nuked down. And they're also going to bring down Lucius too. Ryback coming out straight from both these cores. On Volvo pressure. Bounty going to join in. His friends are doing it, so why should he? And they're going to try and return this fight right now. Lucius blinking in, going to try and go for the kill. He's on him. He's taking a lot of damage. The DK just so damn tanky, and they're going to kill Lucius a second time. That's dieback. No anti-mage for 2 minutes, and Evo might have actually pulled this one around. The rest of all the pressure just dropping. GG probably going to be called. I wouldn't be surprised. Sniper, if he has to be, he really has to do a lot of damage, but if they catch him out, they could do that right now. Though good heals from Kavosh, just keeping his team sustained. Dragon Knight, not the easiest person to go through. He has taken the 40 strength. He's regenning up. They should just go right back in, I feel.
I think they can get back, maybe heal up a bit. Oh, rolling thunder.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, he's just gonna kite him. Just bait him.
Thanks.
Anti-mage dying twice because now DK is up the net worth. That Aghanims has not
Radiant's
done
bottom
much.
shrine is under attack.
No.
I don't know, he's been fighting oddly, like he just goes in and thinks he can do it all, you know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's been positioning himself very oddly. He's been positioning himself in the
Radiant's
middle of the
bottom
fight,
shrine
in the
has fallen.
where all the AoEs go down, where the
Yeah, all the
Maledict
cleave
go
and
down, where the Death Ward is, the Cleave is, and where the, you know, the casks are bouncing around, and the Pangolier is doing all the AoE damage. So he's positioning himself really weird in these fights, and that's costing him the lead that he had. I mean, look, he's still dead for another 40 seconds because of that dieback. They're probably going to get this bot tower now. They're all healed up.
Dragonfall up.
Dragonfall.
Well, the CK's got 4k HP. I mean, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Tower falling, Virtus Pro, Volvo pressure scrambling to make a defense. As they're going to look forward from DK, finds himself the bounty hunter, immediately going to try and nuke him down, but the Glimmer Cape is there. Keep him up in time, BKB now, new sniper, oh my goodness, this could actually kill him. That corrosive break is going to probably do the damage right now, he too though. He's getting so much sustain from the Mask of Madness, the Breathe Fire barely misses, skims the sniper's butt, but this is probably going to be mega creeps right here. Anti-Mage finally back up, but he's just too late to really make a difference. They're going to go for the fight, try to go to the Monkey King, the card's coming out, just keeps setting up Anti-Mage. Capella up and down, Manifold there, not going to do too much, and Lucius looks like he might die. He's going to buy him a little bit more time. Wukong's command coming out, he's got a Spirit Vessel charge on him as well. The Manifold actually going to wear off, looks like he will be AFK, but it's missed, and DK going straight. Oh no, the shrapnel killing the Dragon Knights. Feels bad, man. Tier 4 is under siege now.
All those spells you couldn't even see. All that was there.
No, we have a couple that DK was like soaking up so much damage, he was so low HP, tanking, and then some shrapnel kills him at the end. Failed toggles. Called by Primo, and Lucius going in once again, does find himself Rubik, but the damage, return damage. Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious me. Probably just going to be in sniper. Deso is pop mob though, they get him right now, he's in a lot of trouble. They are. Chill crash to say cheers, brother. And both cores are dead for all the pressure right now. The game up, GG was cool. So the Volvo's Pro, sorry, I'm trying to say Virtus Pro, Volvo pressure, putting a really good defense in that second game coming back, but Evo just sticking to the game plan and executing it better, I think.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit wonky there in the start. They failed a couple of team fights, and I think their item choices was a little bit off, but.
Never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine. All the people ain't happy, and the river has run dry. You thought you could go free, but that system is done for. If you listen real closely, there's a knock at your front door. You'll never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water?
you're fucking insane, dude.
Admit you were toxic. You poisoned me just for another dollar in your pocket. Now I am the violence. I am the